What's up, guys? Welcome to Crit Keepers. We are happy to be back with you guys. Um, we thank you guys for showing up. This is episode 11 of our wonderful Donshire series we're going through right now, Divine Dawn, and we're super happy that you guys are tagging along with us. So thank you so much. As always, we're super appreciative. If you have not liked and subbed and hit that notification bell, then you should do that right now, because when we get into the action right here, you may not be able to do it. You'll be so entranced in the wonderful world of Donshire, you may completely forget. So do it now.
Yeah,
do it now.
Your fingers might explode.
Yeah, your fingers.
And you won't have fingers anymore to hit any of your keys. And
so you will never be able to like it.
You just have to punch your keyboard.
You just have
This is your last chance to subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call them fingers for the rest of my life. I'm broke.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's wonderful. Absolutely. So do it now.
Yes, we broke the DM. We won.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We're good. So, as always, we're super thankful you guys are here. So, do we have any announcements before we go into our very quick recap?
Season 3 of Crime and Theory just launched, so we're on YouTube now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'd be cool if you went over there and subscribed to us, too. If you like true crime, cryptids, conspiracy theories that don't ultimately do more harm than good. If you like cryptids like Bigfoot, the Yeti, the Yowie, all of that, we cover everything.
Serial killers.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that one.
We just did a Jeffrey Dahmer episode per Justin's request.
Yeah.
Also, guys, with this channel, we, of course, I'm sure everyone has gone through an awful lot with jobs and just crap of 2020. So we are going to do our best to be consistent, but there might be weeks that nothing shows up because life gets in the way. So we are going to do our best. We're not going to end the channel if you don't see anything in a week. Like we might skip.
But if you guys tell your friends and your friends tell their other friends, etc., and they all subscribe and you all subscribe and ring the notification bell and get us off the ground, this could become a full-time endeavor.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't miss anything ever again.
Yeah, so please, if you love what we do, support this channel because we want to keep making more.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to leave you guys. I've watched a lot of campaigns on YouTube, and I've seen a lot of campaigns get midway through, and then they just end it. We're not going to do that to you guys.
We really do not want to be...
Unless it's a TPK.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But then we'll just start a new one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
No pressure, Justin.
Yay!
Yeah.
So, but as always, we super appreciate you guys. Is that all the announcements? Cody, you want to tell them where they can find you? Jason.
You can find me on Twitch at Titan_510.
That's right. Jason? Okay. And you can find me, Really Bad Gamer, on YouTube if you want to feel better about yourself. Come on. Anyways, with that being said, let's jump right into Donshire. Quick recap. You guys have finally gotten out of the frigid north. You are finally on some normal rock, and you're seeing grass and trees for the first time in a really long time, and it's probably wonderful. You begin walking down a path, and you come across someone at a fork in the road. He is kind of flamboyant with some wild colors to his garments, and he looks a tiny bit eccentric, but just enough to pique your interest. And he gives you a quick welcome. And that is where we're going to pick up our game today. So let's jump right in. How are you all doing?
I asked you what you're selling.
Oh, right. So, this is what I'm doing, right? I have a game. What I'll do is I'll pull out of the back of my cart here. I'll pull out 3 different items. I'll put them down, and one of them is really magical. The other is slightly magical, and then there's one that's not magical at all. It'll be your choice to pick which one you want to choose. And all it takes is 500 gold.
Would you take 5 silver pieces?
He kind of looks at you and he goes, no. I'm a guessing you're coming from the north. You probably don't have a whole lot, do you?
No, not at all.
Well, if I can't help you with a game, do you need any information? That's always free from good old O'Hare.
No, I'll say I don't have gold, but my companions might.
Makarov,
You
that
like
is not
the
anyone's business.
you like the yellow colored ones, right? I've got a whole bunch of those.
He means gold.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Vinbin just puts his backpack down and he pulls out this giant wad of gold in this bag. I think this should cover. You said
Vinbin, you need to
500?
count that first.
Vinny?
You see O'Hare's mouth salivating from the prospects of gold.
Snatch the bag out of Vinbin's hand, and I rifle through, and I make sure that there is 500 gold in the bag, and that he doesn't give more.
How much
necessary.
is in the bag?
How much
much
is
is the bag?
in the bag?
Yeah.
More than 500.
How much there, Vinny?
Like, I have 603 gold.
Okay, yeah, cool. So, are you saying you want to play?
What are you selling?
Well, what I'll do is I'll pull out 3 items from the back of my cart. I'll put them down. Now, there's going to be protection over them, so you won't be able to tell which one's magical or not. But one of them will be worth 2,500 gold. One of them will be worth 500 gold. And one of them will be worth about nothing.
But what you're saying is there's a 66% chance that we make our money back, basically.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. Would you like to try?
Sure. I'd like to see.
Wonderful.
So naive, Makarov. He doesn't know.
All right. So, I put out my hand. I'm not going to reach out and grab the bag. 500 gold.
I'll count out 500 gold exactly.
I thought I was supposed to look at what you're selling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, that's a good point. Absolutely.
And not
Totally
everything was 500, right?
No, nope, not everything is 500. Nope. So I will pull out 3 items. I will place one item down on a pedestal, like a little table that he has. and it is a ring. And he rummages through the back, kind of looking over his shoulder at you guys. He rummages a little more, and he pulls out a helmet, and he puts it down. And then he goes and he rummages a little bit more, and he pulls out this odd little box, and he places it on the side. And he goes, now what you would do if you want to play, if you would like one of these items, 2 of them are magical. 1 of them, you'll get your money back. So you'll spend exactly what you normally would. All right? 1 of them is a lot more. You're going to get 5 times more. It'll be a very powerful magical artifact. The other one costs nothing. It's going to be something regular. Something plain. Not going to get much back. Maybe a few silver. A couple gold. Maybe.
Would you
Your
be willing
choice.
to bargain?
I only do the games.
What I mean is, I'd be willing to play the game, but would you be willing to take less than 500 in something else?
Well, it depends. What you talking about?
I think things are up for negotiation. What would you be interested in?
Well, I like to of course I do like my magical artifacts. But I'm always game for pieces of armor, anything that I can use to enchant or get enchanted. A little bit of this and that, bits and bubbles, you know.
All right. Makarov, do you have anything special?
All right. So, would I get a chance at this game? I gave you a Candle of Akash.
What does that do?
My party member does not agree with this trade, so I'm gonna have to back out.
All right. No.
But I do
no
have
issues.
a book of rituals.
Book of rituals. What kind?
Well, I have a book with rituals in it. I can let you look at it.
Okay. We may be able to work something with that. What I would have to do is whatever you're trading me, plus the gold, whatever it is, that would be the value of your metal item. So if everything that you give me comes to 25 gold, the most you're probably going to get out of the game is a magical item worth 125 gold. If you put 1,000, it's possible that you get something worth 5,000. So on.
Yeah. Now, what did you say your name was again? O'Hare?
Oh, my name's O'Hare.
O'Hare. All right. Now, if we do obtain the most valuable magical item, would you make us aware of that? Or would we just walk around with an item not knowing anything about it?
Yes, if you would like to know, I would tell you.
All right. You said you also give information for free.
I do.
All right. I have 2 questions for you.
All right.
Which way to Central City? And the second question is, have you heard of a man by the name of Captain Cravaris?
Well, I can help you with one of those.
Okay.
So if you're looking to go to Central City, there's actually you can take either one of these roads. One of them is going to end up taking you about 6 days. And one of them will take you about 4.5. Maybe 5. It just depends on how quickly. Maybe that other's 6.5 days, depending on how far you're willing to journey, how fast. But if you, and he kind of points toward the way you're looking to your left. He goes, you're going to end up going through the forest if you go this way. If you go this way, it's the longer path, but you're going to end up going through the hills, which a lot of people prefer to travel a little more open sometimes. So it's entirely up to you. But you can get there from both ways. You just need to keep taking those roads, and there should be signs that lead up as well, telling you where you need to go from here on out.
You wouldn't lead us astray now, would you?
I wouldn't.
Vinbin,
Yes.
you playing?
Do I have to put 500 gold down?
If you have something else of value, he might take that in place of some of the gold.
Can I put 100 gold down?
Sure. 100 will be the least I'll go.
All right. I'll put 100 gold.
Okay. He takes the other 3 items because they're a different kind of price. He puts them back, and he goes, one of them he pulls out and he puts a scroll down. He looks and he kind of rummages back and he pulls out these odd little like spectacles and he puts them down. And then he looks and he pulls out this odd little kind of curled toed slippers that look like they're made out of this dark brown leather, and he puts those down. So, you want to play?
Yeah.
Okay, 100 gold.
And Vinbin goes, Anya, can you pull out 100 gold out of my bag?
Sure thing. And I count out 100 gold and pass it over to Mr. O'Hare.
Okay, so let me go ahead and get this because I don't want to.
And I'll hand Vinbin back the rest of his gold. And I'm going to look you dead in the eye and I'm going to say, you need to be careful with your money. Okay? You're not guaranteed your next coin. So spend it wisely. All right, little Vinny?
All
And I
right.
pat you on the head. But always remember to do as I say and not as I do. O'Hare,
Yeah.
I'll take you up on the 500.
All right. We'll have to wait until this game's done, though. That sounds
Perfectly
good.
fine with me.
All right.
Okay.
So, your name is Vinny?
Yeah, that's what my friends
All
call
right.
me.
All right. Well, then, Vinny, go ahead and pick whichever item.
So, out of game, there's a pair of shoes that look like frogs.
No, it's
Brown
they're
leather.
kind of brown and they kind of curl at the toes, almost
Okay.
like what you would think of elf shoes.
Okay. And then the spectacles, odd-looking spectacles.
Yep.
And the last one was
A scroll.
a scroll. I have to think of what Vinbin would be most interested in.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
What most represents candy?
Those weird shoes. He would
The
go
shoe?
for those shoes.
Are you sure?
I really like these little shoes, and I need shoes because I've been walking around with no shoes on for a while.
I mean, it is true.
But are you sure that's what you want? I'm just saying. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. I want you to be sure of your decision you're making right now.
Yeah.
Hey. He kind of reaches slowly. Last chance. He grabs the shoes and pulls them up. He puts them in your hands. So, do you want to know what you got?
Yeah.
All right. These shoes have 1 charge a day, and it will last for an hour. And they are what's called elven slippers of climbing anywhere. You can climb on walls, up trees. You can climb on top of houses. You can hang upside down from the ceiling if you want to. But only for the hour. Once it runs out, you'll come tumbling down.
Nice. Just put that
Vinny, that means an hour out of the day I don't have to carry you. See, if we're climbing a mountain, you don't have to ride on my back anymore. Look at that.
Vinny puts the shoes on,
We all win.
and it goes, I have so many plans for these shoes.
That is weird. That just sounds creepy.
Now, what are these shoes called?
Elven slippers of climbing anywhere. All right. So, Anya, I believe it was.
Well, I would like to know, how much is this item worth? Did he at least make his money back or more?
100 gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Money well spent then, Vinny. All right. Yes, my name is Anya. You got that right, Mr.
All right.
O'Hare.
So, you want to try 500.
Look, I almost died like yesterday. Why not?
Okay. So he kind of looks and he goes, all right. And he kind of rummages in the back. The first thing he pulls out is a set of daggers. The second thing he pulls out is a pair of gloves.
Hmm.
And the third thing he pulls out is a pearl necklace with it's almost like some kind of tusk of an animal. It's small pearls. Small pearls.
I think he's playing you, Anya.
So,
So let me, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay.
what do you mean, Makarov?
He pulled out 3 items that you would be interested in,
I
which
would
will
not
make
be
it hard
interested
to
in a
pick,
pearl
but
necklace.
any of those could be fake.
That is very true. And I don't want to part with my daggers because they're blessed, remember?
Hmm.
If I'm out 500 gold, I'm out 500 gold. Makarov, what would you pick? If you were in my shoes, not literally, but if you were in my shoes, what would you pick? And I only say not literally because your feet are much larger than mine and it might hurt, you know?
I honestly would go with the gloves.
I was thinking the same. I hate this. I'm not a gambler in real life. I can't. Okay, I'm not a risk taker in real life, but Anya apparently is, so here we are. Mr. O'Hare? If I'm out 500, I'm out 500, but I'm not out a full 500. I mean, even if it winds up being virtually worthless, it's at least worth 1 gold, right?
Yeah.
All right. Those daggers are beautiful, and so is the necklace, but the necklace just makes me a target for bandits and robbers. I trust my daggers that I've been wielding since the get-go. They've served me well. I'll go with the gloves.
Okay.
All right,
You're sure?
I suppose.
Last chance. You can't take it back, you know.
I'm aware.
Then he
I'm gonna stand firm in my place.
reaches. He grabs the gloves and he pulls them out. Here you go.
Thank you, Mr. O'Hare.
So, do you want to know what's up with the gloves?
Probably nothing, but sure.
Well, you got me for 4,000 gold.
Holy Snap.
Sorry, what?
Paladin instincts.
So,
Roguish instincts.
so, these are what's called greater roguish gloves.
How did you know I'm a rogue?
I know character. You know, I've seen and met a lot of people in my time, and you seem like good people, but you seem inquisitive, and you kind of have a little bit of a snap to you. So I know, you know, you got some serious to you, and plus you have 2 daggers. Most people would have a sword or a staff.
That's
things
true.
like
You read people well, sir. What did you say these are called again? Roguish what?
Greater roguish gloves.
Okay.
Worth 4,000 gold.
No, worth 5,000 gold.
Oh.
She paid me 1,000, so she
I paid
got.
you 500.
Oh yeah, 500. Sorry, yeah. So,
Like I didn't have 1,000.
yeah. So, with that, what you're going to get is now there's a couple things. So, one of the first things is 1 charge a day. You can unlock any door.
That's a nice item.
Yeah.
Now, if it's magically locked, it's different. But a normal lock, it'll pop it.
Okay.
All right. The second thing, anything that is dealing sneak attack damage, that you're, whether it's ranged or melee, you're going to add an additional 2 points of damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
And your sleight of hand is going to go up 1.
Holy cow.
There you go.
Thank
Greater.
you, Mr. O'Hare.
Oh, well, thank you for playing.
What do you have for 5 silver?
Unfortunately, I don't have anything but 5 silver.
Just out of game real quick. That means my sleight of hand is now a 7.
Nice.
Wow. Holy
Very good.
cow.
Cool. So, I'm hoping you feel like I didn't cheat you. I hope you feel like you got what you paid for or better.
I believe we do.
I
Yes.
think I won.
I think you both won. So,
I believe we did.
for that last question, I can't think of anyone that I've ever met named Lord Cravaris, but I'm sure if you head to Central City, it's awful big. There's a lot of information there, so you may be able to get some information.
Are there any massive libraries, a great prison, college of any sort?
Absolutely. One of the greatest libraries and probably the greatest university that's ever been born out of Dawnshire is right there in Central City.
Sounds like a font of knowledge.
It's pretty wonderful.
I feel bad that Makarov didn't get anything neat.
I'm poor.
Well, I'm sure I travel around. It just so happens I bump into people all the time, sometimes several different times. So you never know. We might just meet again.
Snuggle with us. If it's meant to be, it will happen at the right moment, and you'll have the money.
Absolutely. Nagalith willing.
Just trying to see if I have anything in my satchel I could part with.
He's scrounging.
Okay. I have a longbow.
Mhm.
I have a... Where did it go?
How much would
I have
you
a
take?
great axe. A longbow, a great axe. 21 golden teeth. And about 75 gold worth of trinket.
75 gold worth of trinkets, and if you give me the 75 gold worth of trinkets and the teeth, that will equal That we'll see. I can take the golden teeth and I can have it melted down and use it for gold. So,
Or you could have a nice set of dentures.
if you give me that, I can try to do something for 100 gold. Sound fair?
Makarov,
Sounds like
you
a
can
deal.
get some cool shoes too.
All right. So he kind of looks at you and goes, all right. All right. And he reaches into the back of his carriage. I want to make sure I write this down. So the first thing he pulls out is a ring. The second thing he pulls out is a gauntlet.
A what?
A gauntlet. And the third thing he's going to pull out trying to think. Is a great sword.
A great sword?
Yep.
Ooh.
So tell me okay, you say great sword,
Ring.
gauntlet, and a ring.
Ring.
Yep.
Does the gauntlet have 6 gems on it?
It does not.
That's his goal all along, to become Thanos.
Yeah.
And it's just a single gauntlet?
It's a gauntlet. One
Not a
gauntlet,
pair?
not a pair.
I'll take the gauntlet.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Oh, God.
Now, this is your last chance.
I'll take it.
All right. Are you sure?
Positive.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted no hair.
Okay. He pulls out the gauntlet, and he puts it in your hand. Now, do you want to know what the gauntlet is?
Yes, I would.
It is an iron gauntlet.
Beautiful.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, Makarov.
But how much is its value?
For one
Couple gold.
for one iron gauntlet, yeah, you're looking at about maybe 3 gold.
AC at all?
Nope.
Okay. Sorry, Jason, I tried.
Well, I have an iron gauntlet now.
You have an iron gauntlet.
See, I thought you was tricking me because I don't need another sword. I have a perfectly good one. And a ring just seemed too obvious.
Well,
Mr.
the ring was the
O'Hare,
way to go.
I was going to ask if I could play again and buy the ring.
Unfortunately, we can't play doubles once you won.
How much would you give me for this cursed sword?
You have a cursed sword.
Yes.
How is it cursed?
You have a cursed sword?
Yes, you see me use it.
But what do you mean cursed?
Well, I mean, blessed. It's a blessed sword.
No, you said cursed. You did not immediately correct yourself. It's not a Freudian slip, as they say.
Either
What-
way, I'm intrigued.
So am I. What do you mean cursed?
Oh wait, okay, never mind. For some reason I could not find the information, but it felt like they changed something. So once a day, I can use it to deal an extra D4 or 4d8 damage.
That
But
doesn't sound like a curse.
There is a drawback to it. If I don't make a high enough wisdom save, then I could lose control of my mind for a short amount of time. But I'm sure this is very valuable.
Makarov,
Could I look at the sword?
What's 4d8?
48.
48.
48. 48 what? Oh.
So, could I see the sword?
Sure.
Makarov, while he inspects the sword, what's going on?
Well, I mean, I don't want to be cursed, so
No.
get rid of it.
You had a blessed sword 1 minute, and then some funky sword the next. And I tried to, not inquire too much, because, we need to respect our boundaries and whatnot. But how did this come to be?
I'm not, I know we encountered that demon a while, and I don't know what really happened. It just, after that encounter, my sword changed.
Do you have a relationship with that woman?
No.
Did she curse you because you slighted her in some way?
No. I've never actually met that one before.
That one? You've met others?
Well, I mean, I've seen demons before, but only in battle.
You said met.
Well, with, unfortunately, Makarov, I can't do anything with the sword, because even if I did take it, it's bound to your soul.
So the only way you could use it is if he didn't have a soul anymore, like he died?
Right.
You can't die, Makarov.
It is completely bound to you.
Strange. Just from a battle?
I don't know what you came in contact with, Makarov, but I want you to understand the severity of this sword. It holds great power, and the more you use it and the more you unleash the power, and the more you grow, the stronger the sword grows. However, the more you unleash that power, the more it corrupts you, your essence, who you are. And you'll find yourself eventually changing just the way the sword changes.
Makarov, use that sword back on the pirate ship. Is that why you told me you were sorry?
So it was a life or death situation. I needed to do anything I could to get us out of there.
You can't use that sword. I don't care what happens to me. You can't use that sword.
No, I just to try to calm your nerves, Anya. Just to maybe help you a little bit. It can only be activated, and normally would be a normal sword. It is powerful, quite a wonderful blade, a build. It could go with you through your adventure, even through your life. But activating curse, it could save your life, but in the long run, if you do it enough, it'll change you. And he hands it back to you.
Exactly. At what cost, Makarov? At the cost of losing you? At the cost of this little trio that we formed? At the cost of what? What if this curse causes you to do something that you might regret. What if you kill one of us?
I will not use it.
Please don't.
Or
I'll use it as the regular sword, as O'Hare said, but since it is bound to me this way, I guess I can't just get rid of it.
Right. And I will show you something else. He rummages through the back and he pulls out this. It's a scimitar, and it's got this Damascus kind of steel pressed into it. It's a beautiful blade. It goes, "This is a regular sart. It would probably cost you maybe 50 gold. I just want you to hold it for a second, Makarov."
All right.
You grab the blade, and I want you to, in your mind, think about what you would do in combat with the sword.
All right. So I'm gonna just grab the sword and kind of hold it up.
As you begin to think about the types of combat, how you would use the sword, the balance, the feel, the weight of the blade, you feel this vibration kind of go through your arms as all of a sudden you see this whole sword, the blade, the hilt, and everything just disintegrate into ash. Now, look at your sword.
The one I have now. All right.
The blade is Damascus. That sword's not going to let you use anything else. Anything you buy, it'll combined with the sword.
Do you have a if you break it, you buy it policy? Do we owe you 50 gold now, Mr.
No.
O'Hare? Okay, thank you.
I knew what would happen.
Okay.
You got a nice shimmer on your sword, though. You got some of your money back.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
But I will be careful with the sword. Thank you for the warning.
Good. Absolutely. Well, I have a business to run, and I'll be seeing you all later, I'm sure.
Thanks for the gloves. And I just wave them before I start
Absolutely.
putting them on.
Absolutely.
And Vinbin starts doing a little jig. And thanks for the shoes. Yay.
Well, at least he's not gonna have muddy feet anymore.
And I look at the gauntlet.
And Vinbin jumps into some mud and starts
And
dancing.
start walking.
Yay.
All right. Which way are we going? He said one way through the woods would be a shorter trip.
He's kind of loading up, and you hear his horses start to kind of gallop off. Yeah, past where he said the hills were going to be.
Is that the shorter or the
And
longer route? I'm sorry.
That's the longer route.
Yeah, the hills are the longer route, but more traveled. The
Yeah.
forest is a shorter route, but more unknown.
Right. And as he gallops off, you hear him go, "Just so you know, before he left, he really cared about you." And he just keeps on going.
I call after him. Before who left?
Just keeps galloping.
Which one of us was he talking to?
Said anything about Captain Cravaris. So probably not me.
Maybe Vinbin? He was about as strange as Vinbin.
It is true. But I guess a little more useful. Look at these gloves.
Way more useful.
Right. So, what y'all thinking? O'Hare passes by some trees.
Wait a minute. Why don't we ask O'Hare for a ride?
Yeah. Why did...
He's gone.
And he's gone.
Well, woods or hills? Your choice, fellas.
Either way, Vinbin's turning into a horse and we're riding him into town.
I don't
We're
want
out
to
of
be.
the snow. He has no excuse to fell us again.
I just wanted to enjoy my
Wasn't
new
talking to you,
shoes.
Vinbin.
Oh. I prefer the forest.
I
So
know
we
the
take the
forest
hills.
isn't, but the forest isn't as well traveled, so there could be secrets in there. There could be creatures unheard of. What if we manage to find a creature, kill it, skin it, and make some of that money back off of it? Makarov, you're broke.
But we have these valuable items now. I'm sure we're a good target for bandits in these woods.
My gloves just look like gloves. They don't look like anything. You just have a gauntlet.
You're
But
right.
Vinbin's shoes,
You're right, Makarov. They would come after these really nice shoes of mine.
But Makarov, I'm also out of rations. I will starve to death if we don't get to Central City.
I guess the shorter way is our only way.
How many rations do you have, Makarov?
Looking now.
Vinbin,
Yes,
About
can you make those berries?
I sure can.
We can go through the hills if you can make those berries. If you feel safer taking the longer route. Dungeons and Dragons, the one game where it takes 30 minutes to decide which way to go.
Left or right?
Thanks, Satan. For those of you watching, that was a reference to our second episode in season 3 of Crime and Theory. We just recorded it. We're on the Satanic Panic mindset.
I was gonna say for people with no context, it's even funny.
All right. So I do have good berries on my prepared spells. Thank God. If you guys want me to, I can. And I mean, they only last for a day.
But you can do it once a day, right?
Yeah, I can. God, I can cast good berries
I mean, as
multiple
long as
times.
you can make 3 a day, we are good.
Yeah.
All right, let's just
And
Makarov.
if you eat one, it fills you up for the whole day.
Sure. Makarov, you made a poor choice today. You got an iron gauntlet that's worth virtually nothing.
But I got you those gloves.
Well, we got me the gloves. I was actually thinking gloves too. I just needed confirmation. But I was going to say, since you already got your bad choice out of the way, I'm going to trust you on this choice. I was trying to be nice. Mister, I got
Well,
you the gloves. Yeah.
So, you guys are going the way of the forest, correct?
Hills.
The hills. Okay. So the long way.
Is
All right.
Does anyone need to eat right now?
I last ration, I think, in the last game.
I
Yeah,
think
we've already camped and traveled, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, I'll save off casting good berry until.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, you all begin traveling. So, at the rate you're walking, you're probably moving at maybe 2.5 miles an hour or so, maybe 3, give or take.
I thought Vinbin was turning into a horse.
Okay, yeah,
I
okay.
choose Makarov.
So yeah, that could work. So let's go with.
It's always a disaster when I change into a horse.
Accurate.
You can't mess up this time. Just clear views, no snow.
Have you met him?
I have.
What can go wrong?
Just trying to get us there faster.
Wait a minute. It's not just when he turns into a horse, it's when you tell him to turn into a horse that it all goes wrong. I blame the both of you.
Well, if you don't tell him, then he won't do anything.
I can make
Made
my
the choice to get his
thoughts.
shoes.
Yeah.
Vinbin's literally in the back like, I can hear you.
Parents going through a divorce and he's the kid.
They're fighting all because
We're arguing
of me.
over custody.
Yeah.
It's all my fault that they're angry at each other.
No, Vinny, it's not. I just think that we all need to take responsibility for ourselves. And Makarov, I understand that when Vinny turns into a horse, bad things happen. But it's also when you tell him to turn into a horse that bad things happen. And I agree for him to turn into a horse that bad things happen. We're all to blame, really.
So I guess we're walking.
Now,
Okay.
let the kid enjoy his shoes.
Yeah, let me enjoy my shoes.
Yeah.
Anya, can you carry me?
Oh my. Okay.
Pick him up, and I carry him.
Okay. So y'all
And he's
are
just kicking
traveling.
his feet. Like, yay.
You're guessing you can probably go about maybe 12, 13 hours a day. Pretty straightforward every day. Before it starts getting too dark and things like that. You can always travel beyond that, but it'll probably be dark and more difficult to set up and, of course, perception of that nature. But you're traveling and you get about, let's see, you get about 8 hours into your journey. The trees are starting to thicken up just a little bit. You're still kind of in this kind of foresty
I thought we were going through the hills.
area. No, yeah, you are. You're not in like a thick forest. There's just more trees around this area. You're
Okay.
guessing this connects to the forest, but you're kind of on the outskirts. It's kind of more sparse,
Okay.
the trees and vegetation. If you want to, could you roll me a perception?
Okay.
Sound.
Oh,
Very nice, very nice. Okay, as you're kind of traveling and walking, Vinny, you're kind of looking out, and of course, you love nature. You love being out in nature. This is your environment, man. You're loving it. The fresh air. You're loving it. You're loving hearing the animals in the background, squirrels and birds and everything. You're just really communing with nature, man. Like you're just digging nature right now, dude. And yeah. You just kind of look over to the side, and you notice a bramble of blackberries, and it's just this bush of blackberries, just covered in delicious ripe blackberries.
Now, are they blackberries or berries that happen to be black? Because, like how we played the escape room yesterday, they weren't blueberries, but they were berries that happen to be blue.
Yeah, I mean they look like blackberries.
Anya, wait. I see land candies.
Down land candies.
and don't just eat whatever you find on the ground.
Lead candy.
I've
That's
missed
the
this
greatest
chaos.
thing ever.
Vinbin toddles over to the berries. And I'm going to make an herbalism check. Because that lets me I believe it lets me understand like vegetation a little bit more.
You could do herbalism or nature,
Okay. Well,
whichever one you want to do.
it's just with herbalism because of my race.
Benefits, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I get for any ability check involving an herbalism kit, I roll a d4 and add the number rolled. So, with my herbalism kit, could I like take the berry and like break it down and see if it's not deadly?
Sure.
Okay. So that would be, what kind of roll would that be? Like a
You would roll. I'm guessing it would probably be a wisdom
yeah. Okay.
plus if
Yeah.
you're proficient, then you're proficient.
So it would be a wisdom plus a D4. So that plus
You got it.
Sweet.
After kind of looking around, looking at it, you see Vinbin kind of hold it up, and he looks terrified, and then he gobbles one down. Normal blackberry.
All right.
And they are sweet, sweet, and delicious. And there's a ton of them. About 3 days ration.
Vinbin turns over with like berry juice in his mouth. They're good, guys. They're delicious.
Would it be okay if I gathered some so you don't have to spend a spell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say, let's see, if any of y'all want to, because I know you guys are more low on rations than I am. Like,
Okay.
collect
I'll
them.
gather a day's rations.
Anya, you go ahead and take the rest of them. I have plenty.
Are you certain?
Yes, I still have 8 days rations.
Well, thank you, Makarov.
What the crap? You got
So
more than
that's-
me.
I'm good for 2 days now,
Mister,
buddy.
I'm poor. I don't have anything.
All right. So,
Did
don't
you get
collect the berries.
Sorry, real quick, Aaron, did you get a day or no?
No, you go ahead and get them all. So
Well,
you'd
thank
have
you.
like 3 days of rations.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So, you got some berries. And y'all begin walking on your way. You get about another hour. When could everyone roll me a perception?
Jeez.
Not great.
God, I'm rolling high. I'm high rolling today.
You are.
Don't jinx it. Shh,
You are.
don't jinx it.
So y'all are all kind of walking and you don't notice anything. You kind of see like the trees kind of go around a bend, like the road kind of goes around a bend around some trees. And you don't really notice anything, you don't see anything, but Vinbin, you hear the slow roll of a cart's wheels coming toward you. It's getting closer.
Guys, I hear some wheel rumblies. What should we
Are
do?
we on a road? Are we on a road? Yeah. Off the road. Let's hide. I don't know why. I'd rather see what's coming before we approach.
Why are you being paranoid? It's probably just a traveling salesman.
Getting closer.
What are the odds, Makarov? I'm hiding.
Okay.
I
We
go
are
and hide.
really close to Central City.
We're still 5 days out. 3 days out.
I run towards behind the nearest tree.
You stay out here. You can be a distraction. And that way, if the bad guys, we can get the jump on them.
All right.
Okay, so y'all are hiding, and a cart comes around. It has these 2 horses that are covered in this bone armor and these jagged horns. No, I'm just joking. Y'all see this cart come around with 2 what seems to be working horses, and they come around, and you see a dwarf riding toward you. He has a kind of almost like a large, kind of wide brimmed hat, and this jacket that kind of comes up over his mouth, and he just comes riding through. And Makarov, you kind of meet his eyes as he kind of raises an eyebrow as he continues going. In the back of the cart, this is an open back cart. You see boxes of different luggage, chairs, different things. you see a female dwarf sitting in the back as she's rocking. She has a little baby, and you see a little boy sitting in the back as well, playing with a ball.
Just look at them as we're passing each other. Just say, "Have a good day."
He kind of nods his head down as he does. Roll me a perception.
6.
6. Okay. Yeah. You don't notice anything. And you can kind of see there's just this kind of sadness on the woman's face. Yeah. And they begin going down the track.
I come out of hiding, and I'm gonna ask you what you saw.
Just looked like a family moving.
Were they coming? Well, obviously they were coming from the direction of the city. Did they look like they were in a hurry?
No. Just traveling.
Let's keep going.
Okay. So, you guys continue going, and y'all get about another 2 hours, and the sun does begin to go down. At this point, you guys are, you're on the outskirts now. So, on one side of you is kind of grassland with some hills. On the other side, you're kind of riding close to the forest and kind of a thicker forest area. But you are kind of in this hilly kind of area. It's kind of starting to get a little more hilly and whatnot. And it is getting dark. So, are we continuing or what we doing?
I say we set up camp.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and set up camp.
Fresh start in the morning.
All right. So, are you setting up in the forest or just right off to the side near the hills?
Anywhere that our back can be to something solid. Like, are there any hillsides that are steep enough where our backs could be to that in case anything were to approach us?
The hills aren't that big right now. You're just kind of starting in to this kind of terrain. Probably your safest bet would be, if you're thinking of safety, just kind of being out of the way. It probably would be in the woods. The only issue is, well, actually that would be the best way. Since you don't have a cart or anything, you don't have to worry about trying to hide it.
All right. I'd say we build camp right at the edge of the woods.
Sounds good.
Like right inside, but toward the edge, so we don't have to worry about getting lost.
So it is chilly. It's not freezing like it has been, but it's still chilly. You're still up north a bit.
Makarov's
So it's
fine.
Yeah, Makarov. He's chilling.
Enjoying.
So yeah. So are you starting a fire or keeping it down?
I know it's
I
chilly.
am pulling out my bedroll and laying down.
I know it's chilly, but we have our cloaks, and the best way to not be seen is to not make light.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll pull out my winter blanket.
I was about to say one of your 500 different layers.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No problem. So, are y'all all going to sleep?
I'll sit up for a little while. I only need
Okay.
4 hours. So.
Okay. So you're taking first watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
So,
shouldn't one of us without dark vision take first watch? Because eventually...
Well, it's still lighter. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's still some kind of light right now.
I'm asleep.
But I can cast light, and you have that staff.
Oh, yeah.
If we need it.
That's right. I do.
all right.
There we go.
So, Anya, you're up. So,
All right.
roll me a perception.
Perfect. 10. That's the highest I've rolled all day.
Okay, that's fine. You don't notice anything. You don't hear anything. But your 4 hours does go by uneventful.
I'm gonna go wake up. First to bed, first to rise over here. Hey,
Okay.
Makarov. Wakey, wakey.
Yes.
Your turn.
What?
Your turn.
Has Vinbin done watch yet?
No, you are the first to sleep. You're the first to rise.
All right.
All right. Roll me perception.
This
So,
group is
and-
so toxic.
Wait,
So
is it?
as Anya falls asleep, and I know
I'll
she's
sleep.
asleep, I go over to Vinbin and kick him awake.
I meditate. I'm
Okay.
not asleep.
Vinbin.
I pop one eye open. Makarov, get to watch. And I just close it.
All right.
And then
Oh.
Vinbin, like, half awake goes, I'm so little, I need my sleep.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. So Okay. So you do not hear or see anything, Makarov, and your part of the night goes by uneventful. So everything's good. The sun begins to come up, and you begin, of course, to get Anya out of her meditation and to wake up Vinbin.
Wakes up.
I just wake up Anya and say, all right, we're good to go.
Did you wake up Vinny?
He'll find his way.
I'll go get him.
Okay.
Vinny, wake up.
Anya, thank you for waking me up. I was so sleepy.
If I die, you two are so screwed.
Oh my god. Okay. That's great. All right. So, what y'all doing this morning?
I
I'm gonna
guess
eat
we're-
day's rations.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and eat a ration, and then all I gotta do is pack up my bedroll this time since we didn't set up a full camp.
Same.
I pack up my
Okay.
stuff. I look to see if I can find anything edible.
Okay. Roll me a perception, and Makarov, roll me a Constitution saving throw. You didn't
Why?
get a full 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, because Vinbin didn't want to watch.
What?
17.
You're good. You feel well rested.
18 perception.
Okay. So looking around, the only thing that you can come by is some grubs that are crawling on a dead tree. Some kind of thick-bodied white grubs with this big brown bulbous head.
Oh, that's good enough for me. And Vinbin just walks over and starts picking them up and just
Vinbin, don't eat stuff off the ground.
but they're good. And he just like bites down and you see the
Oh Jesus! Oh God! Oh Jesus! Why'd I even say that?
This is
Yeah,
your
look at your choices, Justin.
Yeah, this is my fault. All right.
Now we start traveling again.
God almighty. Okay. So y'all begin. Let me get my. Okay. You guys begin traveling. You get about, I'm gonna say about maybe 4 hours into your journey. When you come to a where it seems like it kind of the road branches off into a trail. So you still have a road, but then you have like an opening that actually looks like a trail that's walked.
Which looks more traveled?
The road.
Is there a sign?
There is not.
Guess we'll just keep going.
Yeah, I feel.
We can always come back.
Yeah, I feel like following the road.
Okay.
Central City.
So, you begin traveling, continuing. Are y'all talking, saying anything? Just making light, of course, normal stuff.
I'm just trying to keep Makarov from killing Vinbin, as
Makes
usual.
sense.
No.
Makes sense. That
Just
makes
kind of trying to
total
walk
sense.
ahead a little bit just to keep an eye out for anything coming towards us.
Okay. Well, now, since you say that, you get about 4.5, maybe 5 hours in to your walk when you notice that there is the road splits off into two different directions. But at this road, there are several different carts, and they are finely draped with this material with the symbols of a like half a sun with like two long rays here, short rays, two long rays, two short rays, and right in the middle is a long ray. And you see these men with these soldiers with this real beautiful plate armor standing there as they're kind of looking through someone's cart that's kind of coming your way, and they're talking to them and everything. And finally, they send them on their way, and they kind of go past you as they see you all coming. They stand there watching you.
I'm gonna stop the carriage as they're going by.
Okay.
What was that about?
It's just some guards checking some things, making sure there's nothing suspicious going in to central cities or the surrounding areas.
Does this cart look like it's full of people moving as well?
No.
Transporting goods or anything?
Yeah, it looks like more goods. Yeah.
Okay.
Veggies, things of that nature.
All right, well, have a good afternoon then.
Thank you. You too.
I guess we'll start walking towards the carts.
Okay. So as you get a little close, one of the guards kind of stands and holds his hand up. He goes, slow, slow.
We're walking. We're as slow as you can get.
I have tiny legs.
You're not even walking, Vinbin.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, who's
as
someone
you walk
carrying
up,
me?
he goes, we are the Dawn's Guard, and we need to inspect your person to make sure you have no contraband or illegal substances on you.
Sir,
Oh,
you can check my bag, but you are not touching me. I do not consent to that.
And why are the guard way out here in the middle of this road?
because we are making sure that there are no illegal substances, or different artifacts that shouldn't be coming into the grounds near Central City.
Appreciate that, but you're not touching my person. This is my person. It's about consent.
He kind of rolls his eyes. Then
Don't you roll your eyes at me.
Then could you at least pull out your pockets, please?
Yes, that I can do. I'll gladly remove my jacket and everything. I'm just saying,
Wonderful.
I'm not one to be touched. All right?
Fine,
No,
fine.
Thank you.
Anya, don't let him take my shoes. I just got them.
He's not
We're
going to
not
take
going
your
to take your
shoes.
shoes
Oh, good.
unless the illegal substance.
Did you make them out of a drug, Vinbin?
I don't know what these things are made out of.
True. They look like leather, though. I think you're safe.
So, could we see your bags, please?
Sure.
Sure.
I toss them a pack.
They begin rifling through, taking some stuff out. They're not really taking care to place the stuff. They're just taking it out of the bags, looking, turning it upside down when it gets empty, making sure there's nothing in it, kind of feeling around, grabbing it, squeezing the bag, making sure
This
there's
is
nothing
why I
hidden.
quit the guard. No actual regard for any individual life and their belongings. This is why I quit the guard. This is why I took up a life of private detective agency. Look here.
And they just keep on checking the stuff.
You put my stuff back, sir.
That would be 10 gold for touching that stuff.
I'm going to put your stuff back as long as there's nothing illegal here. I just need to make sure, if you would just calm down a little bit, we can
I'm
get
just
this
saying
done.
there is a very fragile thing in there that belongs to me, that was gifted to me by a dear friend. You need to take care with it. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Make sure, guys, when you're going through that bag, be super extra gentle. Because there's special things that she has that apparently shouldn't
It's
be broken.
just one.
So,
My friend put it in there. She
Ma'am,
gifted me something
I don't
delightful.
care. I don't.
I do. Her memory's not going to be besmirched by you or your kind.
He
Thank
just
you.
keeps looking through a bag.
I hate the guard.
So y'all are guards of Central City.
Anya, you used to be a guard?
Yes.
Yeah, back in the Three Kings. Don't worry
Wait,
about it.
I'm sorry?
You are the guard of Central City?
Yes. We have some of the guards stationed out here.
Is there any laws that are different in Central City? We've never been there before.
Yes. So, as of several months ago, there are no ancient dwarven artifacts allowed in the city. And there are to be no unlawful or evil god worship. That is forbidden. And depending on who you're worshiping, which god you're worshiping, if they are evil or unlawful, it could be your head.
Nagalith be praised.
You're fine.
Vinbin looks at Makarov real quick. And
We all worship Nagalith, don't we, guys?
Makarov,
Yes.
you didn't give him your bag yet, did you?
Why?
Your book
What book?
of evil stuff.
It's not my book.
Do you think they know that?
It wasn't that dark.
Oh, God.
You see one pull out the book, start looking through it. What is this?
It's a book I found. I was hoping to sell it to the library.
You see him kind of call over someone, and he kind of whispers, and then that guy kind of, he has a, all of them have this helmet with that same kind of rising sun on the crest of their helm. He is gold plated, so you would guess he probably has the main authority. He was kind of over to the side, and you see him whisper back, and he takes the book and he puts it back in the bag, and continues going through as the one with the gold plating walks back over to the side.
Excuse me, Mr. God person. Why no dwarven artifacts?
Right now we have a rebellion on our hands, and we don't want the dwarves getting a hold of anything that they can use to oppose the city or harm the city or to encourage their rebellion.
Why is it just the dwarves?
Well, it's the dwarves causing the issue in the city, so
Are you certain?
we are positive. They are very belligerent, and they are causing a ruckus. And there is a rebellion literally outside the walls every day. So, yes, I would say it is the dwarves.
Makarov, I feel like this guy's racist.
Are you saying that out loud?
No, I whisper. I whisper.
Okay.
Something's not right.
So as they're going through your things, of course, they do see artifacts of um, um, all of your gods, your deities of worship, and they say nothing about them. They're looking through, and yes, there's nothing. So they gently begin putting the stuff back in the packs. We are sorry for the intrusion into your personal belongings. We just have to make sure that Central City is being safe and that we are doing everything that we can to keep the peace in the city right now.
I do have a question, though.
What?
What is this rebellion about?
As there is an issue with property in Central City, and they want more of it, and they should not have it. And because we are not giving them this property and what they feel like they are owed, then they are rebelling against the city and against the crown, and that is treason.
Why?
What is this piece of property they're asking for?
Well, it's a bunch of different property. They have been in the first inner wall of the city for a long time, and many of them were they live on the insides. We want them there. They are wonderful craftsmen. They are good workers, but they are asking for too much from the crown, and we will not be destroyed by their dwarven greed.
So you're saying because they want to be treated like everyone else, that's not good enough?
No.
Because that sure sounds like that's what you're saying.
I'm not saying that. I am saying there are dwarves that live in the city now that have their own property. They have businesses. They are doing perfectly fine. But there are dwarves that have come over and have, with their greed, they have claimed things that is not theirs to be claimed. They came over when the fall of the Rock happened. There was a separation in many of the clans from the Rock that separated amongst one another.
Out of game real quick. Good job, Aaron. Sorry, go ahead.
So that is they came here, we gave them refuge, but now they are asking for too much, and they do not deserve it. So they are rebelling against the crown.
Why don't they deserve it?
They don't deserve any more than anyone else gets. And yet that is what they're wanting. So
are they getting do they have more than anyone else has?
Well, not now. They are out living like savages out the walls, in the inner walls, creating havoc in the poorer districts. These dwarves are like they are like dirty rats in a sewer. They should go to maybe Razkai or the Gold Hills.
So what you're saying is you don't want them there taking up your precious air and your precious space?
I am not saying that. No,
you're just going around that point.
Listen, there are dwarves that are in the city that I purchase my goods from. They are wonderful workers and they are wonderful people. But these ones, they're wanting too much and they're not wanting to follow the laws.
What is too much, sir? What is too much? You keep saying they are asking for too much. They're wanting too much. What is too much to the crown?
They are wanting to get through and pay less tax for their properties. They were giving
tax for their property.
For the tax on their properties, yes.
How much are they already being taxed on their property?
The same amount as anyone else, depending on the district that you live in, whether it's the lower class district or the middle class or the higher class, uh, there are different stages of tax that you would pay, and they are wanting to pay. What we are trying to do is create a stable economy that we're going to be following by, and they were given a treaty that lasted in a contract for a while, and this contract has grown old, and we have to change things up to keep everything fair for everyone. So, for the ones that were refugees of the rock, they were given less tax for a while because they did not have homes and things of that nature. We are very good. We were very good to them. They did not have to pay these things, but they had a certain amount of time to get their homes in order. And if they have not done that, then they need to pay the same amount of tax as everyone
Did the
else.
city help them get their homes in order? Help them
Yeah.
actually get their affairs in order to live?
Anya, clearly this guard does not know any information happening, so we should go find out ourselves.
He lives there. He keeps talking we like he's part of this unit of the city. Shouldn't he know?
I feel like he might be a ranged soldier, but I'm sure he's just at the bottom with the rest of
Why
Listen,
taxes?
We'll be on our way. Have a good one.
Don't be
Yes.
surprised when the mutiny wins, though.
Have a wonderful day.
That guard was a waste of time.
All right. I was gonna say it's a waste of space, but I mean, yours is nicer.
Whoever destroyed the rock and caused all this chaos with the dwarven race.
You know, I've read some history about the rock, and it was chaos for a while. Absolute chaos. It all started with that queen.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know?
I heard she was very terrible.
Nah,
She was trying to do what was right by her people,
First
and there was this half-horse person. He came in and threw an axe right in the heart. I was just about to spit his drink.
I heard that queen was the most magnificent the rock has ever seen.
She was just
I
trying to do
heard
what was right by
now
her
she
people.
has a long
Barbaric.
scar right between her skull.
Some barbaric creature threw an axe in her.
That's what I had. Half-horse jerk. I mean, not all centaurs are jerks. That one just happened to be. There was a lovely cleric though in the order's history that founded the order. She brought that queen back to life. Did you know?
I did hear about that.
Lovely.
For
Lovely.
the entire dwarven city and culture of the rock.
So, which way are you guys going?
The same way we were heading.
Yeah.
Well, you're at a split.
All right. I'm gonna yell back. God,
Yes.
which way goes straight to the city?
On that way.
He's being honest. Like, I'll roll for perception or insight. Insight, right?
Inside.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba. Insight. It's gonna be a craptacular roll like the rest of them. It didn't even roll. Oh, there it goes. 11. Wow, I rolled one higher than I've been rolling. Look at me.
you,
Going
you
up in the world.
You feel like he's telling the truth.
All right.
All right. So you guys begin walking, and you're still following on one side these kind of trees that are following you, and you're getting into a much more like hilly kind of range. You get about 2.5, maybe 3 hours down the road, and it's beginning to get late again.
We'll go ahead and kind of look for a good spot to set up camp then.
Okay.
While we do, Makarov, do you think that family of dwarves that we passed yesterday, do you think they were being kicked out of the city?
It's quite possible. But once we get there, maybe we can clear up what that idiot guard was just spewing.
Just be
Sounds
warned,
like
people tell us to
nonsense.
mind our business all the time.
We can just see for ourselves and find out what's happening.
That works.
Okay. So, you guys, bed down. So, what's going on? How are y'all doing that? Fire or no?
What's the temperature like? Is it the same as last night? A little warmer?
It's a little warmer.
Okay. I say we just keep the lights down as much as possible. But
I
it's
take
up
out my
to you.
bedroll and sleep.
First watch.
Alright.
I can take a watch.
Well, I'll take first watch because I only need the 4 hours. I'll just go ahead.
You will take second watch, man.
Yeah, I was gonna wake him up.
Okay.
Second.
So, Makarov, Vinny go to sleep. Anya, you begin just kind of watching and kind of meditating and thinking. When there's just this cloudiness that kind of comes over you, and normally you don't really feel tired. You're kind of immune to sleep, but you have this need to kind of close your eyes and meditate deeply. And as you do,
It's not
I
magical
need-
though, right?
no,
Okay.
I need Aaron and Jason to mute their mics.
Oh, dip.
As everything begins getting kind of hazy, you feel your body warm. You hear the sound of waves. You hear the sound of a dog bell, apparently. You hear seagulls, the familiar feeling of the breeze from the ocean, the sound of creaking wood from docks. And you open your eyes and you're looking through the eyes of someone yet again.
Same eye.
It's the same gloves, yep. Same dark gloves, same dark attire. But you don't see fire or buildings on fire. You don't see the slaying or killing of people. You just see, you're looking through this person's eyes.
Okay.
You see them on a dock and there's ships. It's nighttime, very dark. And you see their hands rummaging through crates. You can tell that they're looking for something specific, but they can't find it. They're going through aggressively, quickly, making sure they're kind of peering off every once in a while to look or to try to find something. You're looking through wearing the black gloves and the same clothes you've seen. As you're rummaging through these boxes, you hear, "What are you doing?" As this person that you're looking through their eyes, as they turn, they see a guard. You run up to the guard, grabbing him by the mouth and taking this curved dagger and bringing it to his neck and just ripping his throat open and laying him softly onto the dock. You grab some of the water, putting it over the blood. You grab the body and you slowly pull it over, slowly putting it into the water so it doesn't make a splash. You look up, and as you look up on this hill, you notice this temple, and you hear, "I'm here." You begin walking up the road. You see a civilian come by, they wave at you. As you take that same dagger and you push it into their stomach, twisting the blade and letting them fall to the ground as you just mercilessly walk by them. As you begin walking, you stop. You come to a stop and you look over at this shop. The sign that you're looking at is blurry. You haven't seen it before. You can't make out what the image of this sign is, what the name of this place is. You're not sure. This person's memory will just not allow you to grab at it. But as you're standing there, you hear a voice call at you from the temple far off. and it says, "Make him suffer." As you walk over to this door and you knock on the door, you hear small footsteps as the door opens, and you see Vinbin standing there. Let me make sure to turn this. Hi there. We're closed right now, but if you come back in the morning, I'll be more than happy to help you with whatever you need. He then smiles. As he smiles, there's this sweet aroma that kind of comes across your nostrils. This sugary, sweet smell. As he lets out the smile of just this kind Vinny. You smile, you pull out the blade, you grab him by the shoulders, and you drive it into his stomach, pushing him in, shutting the door. As he looks up at you in terror, you begin driving the blade over and over into his stomach. All of a sudden, you hear something. Come to me. As you turn, you knowing that it's coming from the temple, you walk toward the door as you hear Vinvin's voice. Truly, your darkness knows no bounds. As you walk out the door looking at the temple, you begin walking up, feeling this power radiating as you come out of the fog. Yeah.
Now I have some questions because, I mean, obviously I'm seeing through this person's eyes. I'm assuming it's not my own because there would have been a sense of recognition.
Right.
Okay. And it was my father the last time, and it's the same eyes as this time? It's the same?
Well, you're not sure if it was your father. You definitely,
Okay.
as you come out, you definitely have this feeling of you're seeing through the same person's eyes. You have no recollection of it. And you know the voice. The voice that you're hearing saying, "Make him suffer," these things, that is your father's voice.
Okay. So after I come out of this trance, obviously it's already happened once. I'm not going to be too panicked about it, but it's still disconcerting. I don't know why, but I, as the player, and I feel like Anya would too, feel like she needs to find out what's in that book for some reason that she picked up at the pirate ship.
All right. Sure. So once the guys get back, do you want to do that now?
I mean, I can, since we're waiting on them, if that's okay.
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Since you're the only one awake, it's fine. If they come back, we'll just give them the thumbs up. And So, did you have that book in your backpack?
Yes.
Okay. So you'll have to remind me again. Which book? Oh, yeah, the one in the pirate ship.
Yeah, the one that was on the... Yeah.
Okay. So you're going through it, and a lot of it's there's a few journal entries and some old stories that you've read before from the seas. You're going through it though, and you don't really, nothing really catches your eye that makes you feel like it connects with the vision that you have.
Okay. So, and I'm just drawing a blank on everything about this.
Yeah,
trance.
right. Yeah.
Then what I'm gonna do is, I'm pretty sure that Vinny and Makarov are okay, but I still want to make sure that Vinny's not bleeding out or anything, that I haven't done something stupid.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you walk over to Vinbin, and he is perfectly fine.
Okay.
He's just a candy.
That checks out.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
your 4 hours goes by, well, the rest of your time goes by uneventful.
I'll get up and wake little Vinny up since
Okay.
Makarov had last night. Vinbin?
Is it
I'm
time to get up already?
It is. 4 hours go by so quickly, don't they?
They sure do.
They do. But that's okay. Your 4 hours will be up soon. We'll get to Central City before you know it.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Vinny, go ahead and roll me a perception, buddy.
All right.
Okay.
12.
See here. All right. So, don't notice anything, Vinbin. You don't hear anything. You're just kind of sitting there, just like, la, la, la. When the sun begins to come up and nothing happens.
Well, we're about to die.
So you're good. You're good. All right. So you waking everybody up, Benny?
Yeah, I'll wake Anya up first.
Why am I always the first? Why can't you two just get along and let me have 5 extra minutes? Just a little bit of peace. No, I'm always the first to be woken up. Everybody has to have Anya as the middle person. Nobody goes killing each other. You two need to grow up.
And then I walk over to Makarov while he's still asleep. And I cast light on his helmet. And I say, Makarov, we're under attack. And
I don't have a helmet.
You don't have a helmet? How do you not have a helmet?
I'm a dragonborn. My head doesn't fit regular helmet.
Oh, God. I touch your sword sheath and I cast light on it. And I go, Makarov, your sword's doing something weird. And I take off running.
As I wake up from shock, I pulled my cursed blade out, activate its curse, and stab Vinbin.
But I'm so far away.
Are you okay, Ashleigh?
No, I'm not okay.
All right.
All right. So you wake up and Vinny, roll me a deception, and Makarov, roll me a insight. Whoever is higher, well, because he is trying to deceive you.
Come on.
All day. Okay. So, Makarov, you wake up and you see your sword has this crazy light, and maybe it's just normally you wouldn't fall for one of Vinny's tricks, but you just woke up and you was already kind of tired, and you just see this light shining from it, and you kind of begin freaking out a little bit, and you pull it out, and you your sword, and then you kind of start to get it. Then you're like,
Vinbin,
What?
this is why I don't like you. We are just trying to get to Central City, and you want to joke around when we have almost died multiple times because of you.
You'll never grow as a person if you keep putting the blame for everything on everyone else.
Yeah, Makarov.
Vinbin,
So far, it's only Vinbin that's
you'll
causing
never
it.
grow up as a person if you keep acting like a child.
I'll never grow up.
I'll never grow up. That's
Please
great.
don't say that.
I mean, but seriously, Anya, this is as tall as I get.
Oh gosh. Alrighty, guys. Let's eat a ration and then be on our way.
Okay,
I look.
that's exactly what.
I look for more
Go ahead.
food.
Okay, roll me a perception.
A 12.
A 12. Okay. You do not find anything.
Ah.
So you begin walking. You get about 30 minutes and you see yet again, the road kind of keeps going, but there is a path. There is a sign this time, and it says, to the lake.
Just to the lake.
Yep.
Well,
Y'all want to just keep going?
we
We
could.
do have fishing rods. We could go swimming or fishing.
I was
Did we
thinking
get-
the same. We could get some fish.
How far away are we from Central City by this point?
So you have been. Now this, like I said, this was the longer route.
Mhm.
So y'all are about 4 days out.
Okay. I guess we'll just keep going then, because the fish would be bad by the time we got to the. We couldn't.
But they wouldn't be bad in the morning.
Uh,
The path does lead through the woods.
oh, going back to the woods that we didn't take earlier.
Well, no. Just the woods that's kind of been on your right hand side. That's where the path leads into.
Okay. I'd say we just keep going to Central.
Yeah, I guess I could, if need be, cast Goodberry.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt you to do it.
No, but you never know.
All right. So y'all begin walking. You get about 4 hours in, and everyone roll me a perception.
Ooh.
Nat 20. Wow. Okay. Vinbin and Makarov. Y'all hear the faint kind of squeal from a horse, like out into the wooded area to your right.
Squill as in painful squill or just a neighing?
Like a pain
Oh.
squeal.
That horse is in trouble, guys. Something's going on.
We can go check it out.
Well,
To make sure it's okay, and if the horse is alone, then maybe we'll have a ride to Central.
if it's still alive, let's go.
Okay, so y'all walk off into the woods. Y'all are kind of hearing, as you're getting closer, you're hearing some like neighs, and it kind of gets a little lower, and then you hear another high-pitched kind of screech, just a high-pitched neigh of pain from what seems to be a horse. As you're walking, you're listening, and you're hearing. As you're kind of getting closer to this, what seems to be an opening, you're hearing.
go into stealth mode.
Yeah, I start hiding.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll kind of start sneaking to get up
Okay.
there.
So, Romeo stealth.
Really, something decent. 18.
Now, Jason rolls at disadvantage, correct?
Well, it was his first roll. That would be his disadvantage roll. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Stealth
Wait, no,
is
he
stealth.
doesn't roll at disadvantage anymore though, because you had got that new armor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It'd still be a 10 either way.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's still a 10.
stealth.
But just for future reference.
But what did
See,
you
he just
get?
wants, he just wants my character to fail.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. The majority of you guys got it. So okay. As you begin walking closer, you see this large back of this creature, shoulders kind of moving, as you see this huge arm lift up, holding the back end of a horse, as he and just kind of rips away blood and guts and everything kind of going everywhere. As he kind of me white horse. Yummy meat.
So what is it, if we're close enough to hear it?
You see it?
Okay. Y'all want a visual?
Yeah.
Okay, turn to your battle maps.
Ooh.
Buh.
Wait.
What is this? Attack on Titan?
So what y'all see is this huge, hairy-backed hill giant.
Giant looks like
You-
something straight out of Attack
you-
on Titan.
You have heard about these hills before, and you know that in this area is called the Giant Hills. And you know that hill giants are kind of prominent around this area. So this is what you see. You see him then pick up the body of what seems to be a human in common clothing, and he just slings this body way over here as he slams into the wall. His head busts open, blood pours from his body. He goes, "Not good meat. Me eat your horse. Horse good. Horse good. Love a horsey. Horsey!"
So he just killed
Yeah.
someone.
Don't turn into a horse.
I wasn't
matter what
planning on it.
No matter what Makarov says, don't listen to him right now, okay?
You see him
I
kind of
never
stand up,
listened to him.
just this kind of loincloth covering his groin and his butt. As he kind of scratches his butt, you see him kind of lift his hand. As he kind of walks over to the cart over here. As he grabs something in the back and he lifts it up, and it's just this body that's kind of dangling there. And the thing is, the body doesn't seem lifeless. You see this woman's eyes kind of open as she lets out this scream as he goes, "No! No!" scream as he grabs her by both
Before-
legs.
He does that.
Oh God.
I
And let's cast
shoot.
Eldritch Blast.
And I shoot an arrow.
Okay.
I cast Sanctuary on the lady, so he can't tear her apart.
So I clearly miss.
24.
Okay, a 24 will hit. Yes.
Sweet.
I got an
So-
8.
I was in stealth, so do I get the sneak attack?
Yes, you do.
Absolutely wonderful.
Okay, and I cast Sanctuary
I
on the
click on
lady.
my-
On the woman. So he's actually kind of over here.
So here's my short bow. That's a 7.
Okay.
Plus, I got to add my sneak attack, which is a 2d6. Boop. So 11 points of damage.
Okay. So we're at 783 health now. All right.
I would be offended, but I know you're joking.
Yeah. All right. So all of a sudden, this Eldritch Blast shoots past him, hitting the cart, kind of turning it to the side. He drops the lady to the ground and goes, "What?" And then you just see the arrow stab into the back of his shoulders. He goes, "Oh!" As he kind of turns around and looks at you. He grimaces. He is angry, guys. He looks at you. He goes, "You, my next meal." And that's where we'll start the next game.
Man.
So, guys, we hope you all enjoyed the episode. We hope it brought you lots of laughs. No tears. Unless they're happy tears. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't.
Like I said,
remember,
if you don't, your fingers explode.
They've
Your
already exploded
fingers-
after this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Your
missed your
fingers will
chance.
explode.
You had your
You've got-
chance at the beginning.
Yeah. Got until the end of this episode. Do it now.
Pop. They'll just pop like balloons. It'll be gross and awful, and you won't have fingers anymore.
And you'll be as traumatized as Anya now. What?
Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Tune in for the next adventure that these three wonderful party members who truly care and desire friendship with one another, especially Makarov and Vinny, as we go into our next episode. So, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Do we have any announcements? Real quick, there is something that I want to talk about. It's a plug for a book. Normally, I'm not a big fan of like the non-Wizards of the Coast supplemental books. I love the Wizards of the Coast stuff, but this book, guys, is wonderful.
And just
So,
know he's
random
not
encounters.
sponsored to say any
I'm
of
not.
this.
No, I am not sponsored at all. I wish I was, but I am not. All right? So there's your name. I got this on Amazon. It's not a bad price. This is a wonderful book for Aine DMs. It has random encounters, just things that can fill in your book. It has different kind of taverns, encounters. It even has a couple little missions in here that you can kind of use as an encounter. Really good book. The artwork is wonderful in here. It has tons of little artwork and things
that's
like
cool.
that. Maps. One of the things that I like the most is right in the back here, guys. And I promise I'm not going to take up too much time. But, like, if you ever struggle with names, like, if your characters ever ask, "Hey, what's this person's name?" And you're like, it's this. There is a whole 100-sided die you can roll, and it'll give you their names, their surnames, their descriptions, things about them. So let's say I rolled a 15 for the first roll. The first name would be Devon. And let's say I rolled a 39, Wolfsbane.
That's pretty cool.
Some of the brief descriptions are things like they have a hunched back with sores all over their face. Things that they want and need, they need human contact. How sad is that? Secrets or obstacles, they despise being touched, but they can't. But they want human contact. It's terrible. It's awful. This poor
It's a double-edged
creature.
sword.
And it also lets you know what they're carrying. So there's all kinds of things like that. There's a bunch of different random tables.
Like a chaotic party. If they kill just a random person, they got loot.
Mm-hmm. And another thing that's really cool is this right here. Random tavern generator.
Whoa.
So you roll a d20 2 times, and you can have an awesome tavern name. So give me 2 numbers 1 through 100, Vinny.
28.
And one more.
15.
So your tavern would be called the Eager Fairy. That sounds like a place of
Righteous.
Ill repute.
yeah, ill repute, the Eager Fairy. But there's a bunch of different things like that in here that can help a DM on the spot, on the fly, and you can remember the stuff. It's right here in the book. So
That's cool.
go to Amazon, pick this up if you're a dungeon master. Wonderful book.
Now, I've never DM'd before, but you know what? That sounds like a really handy book that a new DM would definitely need to look into.
I mean,
Yes.
As someone who's only DM'd one game, that would have really come in handy with the chaotic murder party that I'm DMing. Right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
I will say, like, I've DM'd a good bit, and I kind of want to get one of those now.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
I suck
has
at names. I'm terrible at coming up with character names. Kelsey usually does it for me.
I can't come up with character names, and y'all are wanting to go into shops and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know.
In fact, the very next game, there is something that the players are going to encounter from this very book. I'm
Awesome.
super excited about it. Like,
Nice.
when I saw it, I'm like, I have to put this in the game. So it's really good stuff, good content.
Sweet.
Yeah. So is there any other announcements? Sorry, I didn't mean to take so much time. It's just that
No.
book is great.
I think we're good.
Okay. So, with that being said, you can find me on Really Bad Gamer on YouTube. Jason?
You can find me at Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube at Titan_510.
Aaron and Ashleigh?
You can find
You can
us.
find- My turn.
Ah,
I'm just kidding. You can go.
no, you go ahead.
It should have been
Alright.
simultaneous. I should have just kept doing it.
Right. You can find us on anywhere you get your favorite podcasts and right here on YouTube at Crime and Theory. Spelled TheeRie. And I will have all of the links down below in the description box.
So, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in with this adventure with us. We appreciate you guys. We hope you guys stay safe. It's 2021. We're going to get through this, guys. We're together.
Together.
Yep, that's right. So, with that being said, we'll see y'all next time on Crypt Keepers.
Bye.